Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to my YouTube video channel thing. And today it's actually pretty cool. Hopefully you guys know the Crysis 3 beta came out today on the Xbox Live Marketplace, the PlayStation Network, as well as the PC via download on their website. And it's the multiplayer beta, and it actually has a lot more than the previous Crysis 2 beta, which I really enjoyed. A lot of these beta experiences are hard to come by now because betas are used as like glorified promotional tools instead of actual betas. Now, what's really cool with the Crysis 3 beta is, of course, it looks good. I played it on both my PC and my Xbox. The footage you're about to see in this video is from my Xbox. It was just easier to use the capture card because I'm swapping out PC towers right now, so that whole thing is going on. So it's just easier to do it via the Xbox. Still looks gorgeous. You can definitely tell that a lot of the stuff's been updated. Really, it's the lens flare and a lot of the shaders. You'll be able to tell us when we jump into the gameplay here in a second. But what I have for you today is a look at Hunter mode. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about my experience with it. I've played both the two modes that are in the beta, which is Crash Zone, where alien pods crash site, that's it. And then the new Hunter mode, which is kind of like a glorified Halo Flood mode in Crysis. Still very, very fun, and you can tell they kind of took it to the next level. And I'm digging Hunter, and that's probably one of the main modes I'll be playing just because the mechanics they put in there. Anyway, though, let's go ahead and jump into the footage, and I'll kind of talk about some things as we're watching the footage. So let's go ahead, jump right into that. I'll see you guys in a second. Alright, so now we're in the beta, and the first thing you'll notice is I have this really cool intro scene. Now, keep in mind, this is Hunter mode. There's an intro scene for both the Hunters, which are nanosuit operatives with the bows, and then the Cell operatives, who are the people who just got shot down. You'll see the Cell operative later in this video. Now, the first two clips you're going to see are me playing Hunter. Now, what I really like what they did is you don't have the full nanosuit abilities here. You have permanent stealth, a bow with 20 arrows, and you have like the basics built in, and that's something that's really nice about Crysis 3. You guys will remember in Crysis 2 and Crysis 1, stuff like sprinting, jumping, air stomping, all these things actually took up slots in your nanosuit. And what they've done is integrated these into the actual player nanosuit. You'll see that I'll be able to sprint faster, air stomp without actually having an air stomp perk, and I'll also, my sprinting doesn't drain a lot of energy now. And I know people are going to complain about this because, oh, you can move around quickly. Well, not really. The sprinting's there. You feel a lot heavier in this game. You'll notice a lot more head bobbing. This is actually before I turn the head bobbing all the way up because I'm a big fan of the crazy head bobbing. But you'll just see that it flows a lot better. Now, there was some frame lag. It is a beta. This is a much earlier version of the game. But you can tell, first of all, it looks beautiful, even on the 360. The bow handles really, really well, actually. And it's not something that I thought I'd be using. I love the bow in, like, Far Cry, and I love... For those of you who watch me play Skyrim, I love archery in Skyrim, so I was all over this bow. I actually just unlocked it in multiplayer before I stopped filming for tonight. I don't have any footage of it, but I will be putting some up later this week and using it on my streams. The bow is really, really cool. And you see that the Hunters, at first you're like, they really have an advantage, but if the cells stick together, as you'll see later in this video, or actually hide pretty well, it's pretty hard for the Hunters to find these Cell operatives. Now, given I'm sure that a lot of people were just trying to play Team Deathmatch and run around, I will admit that it is a beta, and not to be rude to anybody, but there are not a lot of smart players in this beta. There were a couple teams that really challenged me, which I was all for, but I was playing solo. I did not have any teammates through all of my filming today, and I was having such an easy time racking up the kills. I was going 20 in like 6 or 30 in 4. I mean, it was crazy. But you see that the bow is actually really easy to handle, works well. It is an instant kill here in Hunter mode because the Cell operatives don't have nanosuits. You'll see they're just regular Cell soldiers. You'll see that as we go into the game here. But Hunter mode's really fun, and the premise is that every time you kill a Cell operative, they will come back as a Hunter to hunt more Cell. Now you'll see here, like with the Hunter mode, we're going into the Cell side now, and now you'll see a little bit of the Cell gameplay. This is actually their intro scene, which is really cool. Really, really cool. But the Cell, if you stick together, it is easy to survive if you're playing with the right group of people. In a couple of these clips, you'll see me together with a group, and that's where it kind of gets really cool because I was not talking to these players. I was not interacting with these players. I was just filming and playing. I didn't want to do anything too serious. So I was just filming and playing. But you see that some of them, which is so nice to see in a game, naturally like try to unify and work as a team. In this clip here, I actually get owned. I'm hiding in this tunnel for a while. But basically, you're trying to survive as long as you can. Now, there's 5 set rounds a game. You'll start as either a cell or a hunter, and then every time you die as a cell, you'll be turned into a hunter, not vice versa. Now, with the cell, you notice you can pick a few classes. These classes have guns, ammo, but the cool thing about this is you'll notice that I have 16 rounds. That's it. In my shotgun, I only have 1 mag in my pistol. So I actually have to go find ammo, which are the yellow buttons on my mini-map, because I wasn't expected to be shot down. It's actually you're coming back from a mission or a deployment, and you get shot down by these hunters. So it's a really, really cool premise. I didn't think I'd enjoy as much as I did. Now, keep in mind that all this footage, too, is from me. You'll see in the upper left-hand corner I have my beta tag there. It's always there so people know kind of what's what. But overall, I'm very impressed by Crysis 3 as far as a multiplayer experience, but I would argue that it's not anything innovative. It's just a much more refined and solidified system. That's something that's really, really awesome for me. You see I got owned by the bow right there, which super unfortunate. But nothing I can do about it. But the whole kind of the regards here really sit down and focus on this idea of Crysis 3, like Far Cry 3. Remember, Far Cry 3 won Game of the Year for me last year. And it wasn't because it was so cool, unique, or different, but because it was so refined. For a beta, this is a very, very early beta, from my knowledge. And you'll notice it runs pretty smooth. It runs smooth, handles well. There's a couple frame rate lag issues. One thing that I really wish Crytek would fix is in some of the kill cams, the delayed reactions are just terrible. And some of the backstabs even, when I'm using my nano suit, you know, if I sneak up behind somebody, it'll just like go really fast or go really slow, or the body will just fall without me stabbing it. And I hope that's just because it's in beta, because this is a very touched up and beautiful looking game. Now, I will tell you guys, this does not even compare to the visuals of the PC. It is amazing what I can push on my PC, and amazing how good this game looks. But they were able to bring a lot of the lens flare and the shaders into the Xbox, which is kind of surprising. I think this is one of those games that pushes the Xbox to its limits. We'll see that more in campaign. We don't in multiplayer, unfortunately, but we will see that more in campaign as it kind of moves on and goes on. But overall, I mean, the Crysis 3 beta is really enjoyable. It's a free download for Xbox Live members, PSN members, and PC, but you can just go click download to see if your computer can run it. It's very enjoyable. It's a very refined experience. And the one thing I like about I have always been a Crysis fan. Ever since I bought Crysis 1 way back when. It's like that sci-fi TV show, like Firefly, you know, I will never forget and constantly enjoy. That's why I'm so excited whenever a new Crysis game comes out. It's really cool to see Crysis 3 being so successful, especially this early on, which I'm all for. And I'm really excited to kind of see where it goes. So what I'm going to do now, I mean, that's kind of the idea of the beta. I really hope you guys check it out. If you see me on there, Avialence, I always use a bow. I'm a big bow person. But feel free to toss me a, yo, Avi, what's up? Or, you know, gotcha, because I've been killed a lot. This is just my good clips, right? But overall, it's pretty impressive. This is, again, just hunter mode. In the demo, you'll have 2 maps. You'll have the airplane, and then, which is what you're seeing now. It's like an airport map. Very open-ended. And the architecture and stuff looks great. It's an overrun New York City, right? So it's after the entire attack has happened, the Ceph attack. And it's kind of like an urban playground. Very post-apocalyptic. Almost. And I know people are going to be like, it's not post-apocalyptic heavy, but it feels that way environmentally. Kind of like The Last of Us, you know? Just some of the buildings and architecture here. Now, the one cool thing that I kind of like and is worth mentioning is their prestige mode. So this is basically called resetting your suit, or rebooting your suit. That's it. What it'll do is you can do it at any level, which I think is kind of cool. I was able to do it at level 10, and then depending on what level you do it at, with a certain amount of stats, you're actually able to unlock equipment that way. So I was able to unlock my Predator bow by rebooting my suit at level 10, I believe, and then I was able to get that Predator bow. However, it does reset my XP and my classes. I'm not sure how it works entirely, because like I said, I've only had about 2.5, 3 hours with the beta, but I'm definitely interested to kind of see the implications as I play more of it. So it's really, really, really cool. But overall, definitely worth a download, guys. I want to hear you guys' opinions too. This is a round that I really enjoy because we participate very well together. You'll see some of these guys here. We started interacting in between rounds, and we finally group up. Now, another cool thing, they call it sandbox elements, right? Now, you'll see a guy in this clip pick up a Ceph shield. So, around the world, there's Ceph blasters. They actually added, see, there's a shield right there. They actually added a few, like, tanky vehicles from the Ceph that you can pick up and acquire. And I was very concerned that this would be overpowered. They're actually not that bad. There is a tactic to take them down if you're smart about it, kind of like pulling out a missile launcher in Call of Duty and shooting down the heaviest air support, right? It's not hard, you just have to do it, which not a lot of people do. But you see here that me and this little squad of guys here, we actually survive a while. I think only one of us gets picked off, but we get rushed a couple times. Now this guy, Tula, in front of me, was just camping with that shield. Now the cool thing is that sandbox environments, right? You can rip off Ceph. There's dead Ceph around the maps. You can rip off their guns and use their guns. You can also get in gunships that'll float around for specific teams or whatever. I don't know how I feel about the gunships. They aren't overpowered by any means, because someone can easily snipe you out of the turret. But it feels like they're just there. I don't really know what the purpose is with them. But regardless, the shields and stuff are great. You can actually pick up like a flagpole and stab someone with it in the nano suit, which is really, really cool. And now that they have like the air stomp built in, you don't have to waste a perk to do that and all. It's really cool. The perks feel pretty balanced. I'm not sure about the guns though. A lot of people said that Crysis 2 is unbalanced, and I would agree with some of the guns. So I'm interested to see how that kind of works. Anyway, though, I mean, that's kind of the highlight of the Crysis thing. You see we survive here because of the good teamwork. Actually get this guy, bam, done, and had a good time with it. And then it'll rinse and repeat through some of the footage. So that's what I got on Crysis for you guys right now. I'll be releasing more footage, specifically gameplay, maybe a montage later this week after I'm kind of established with my new PC. But what did you guys think of it? I mean, is it something that you guys definitely enjoy? I mean, do you think this would be appeasing to you? For me, I always love Crysis, so don't get me wrong. I'm really, really excited about Crysis. Love the bow, love the mode, the hunter mode. It's fantastic. Good job, Crytek. I mean, you always do a good job, and I'm really excited to see what you do with Homefront. Anyway, though, remember, the Crysis 3 beta is available now. I'm not sure when the date cancels, but it's available the 29th. Normally, these things run 1 or 2 weeks. You can get it, again, on the Xbox Live Marketplace, the PSN store, or you can download it from the Crysis website with the download link there, and enjoy yourself. So tell me what you guys think of the Crysis 3 beta if you've played it, or if you've watched my footage and have an opinion on something, feel free to let me know. Also, if you want to see something specific, holler down in the comments below. Anyway, guys, my name is Avialence. Thank you very much for watching my footage and hanging out with me for a little while. I always appreciate having you guys on my stuff, you know. It's great to have awesome fans on my content. I try to keep you guys informed. And if you enjoyed this video, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe on the video. Every bit helps, guys, and I appreciate all of it. Anyway, have a good one. Enjoy some Crysis. Play some hunter mode for me, and unlock that Predator bow and see if you can get me with it. Take it easy, guys. Thanks for watching. I will talk to you in the next video. Avi out.